Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. I want to start off this video by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushua, Bahashim Rakakudash. I want to give double honors to my apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, in grace and peace to you elect around the four winds, believing and pushing this truth in all sincerity. May the blessing of election be upon your houses. This is your fellow servant, Rokaya, from the GMS Orlando camp. And tonight, coming at you with an in-transit lesson. All right, I wanted to speak on the spiritual battle, all right, that we face on a daily basis in this truth of ours. All right, more specifically, I want to speak on the mental battle that we face on a daily basis. All right, and the tools that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua has given us to not only fight the battle, but to win the war. All right, and the inspiration for tonight's video comes from the lesson that was made by the Elder Manasseh Zagba. I believe it was yesterday. All right, dealing with a sister that had a question about how to fight the demons that have been attacking her in her sleep. And it's a spirit, because I was just speaking to the brothers in the camp about that same situation that happened to me a couple of years back. And what helped me was, calling on the names of the Lord, which helped quell those demons, subdue those demons, but nevertheless, as I was thinking about this, it had me meditating on the spiritual and mental war that we face on a daily basis, all right, and how the Lord is coming down even heavier, all right, seeing that we're closer to Yahweh's return, all right, and as we edge closer to Yahweh's return into this empire, all right, the demons are going to become more fierce. All right, the battles that we face spiritually, physically, mentally are going to become more fierce. But that's nothing to be afraid of, but it's rather something for us to prepare for. All right, and the Lord gave us the tools to win this war. All right, to win this war that's being waged on our minds, that's being waged on our spirit, that's being waged on our bodies. All right, and the tools that we've been given, all right, to fight this war, to fight this battle and to win this war, Lord willing, we're the elect. All right, it's prayer, fasting, reading, studying, and the brotherhood. All right, those are our chiefest tools in this walk of ours. All right, and we must utilize these tools as much as possible. All right, because these are the tools, all right, that lead to our perfection, that lead to our spiritual refinement. All right, and right now what's happening is a refining process. All right, we're being put through the fire, each and every one of us. Everybody's catching hell here in these latter days, man. Everybody, that heat, everybody can feel that heat being turned up on them individually. And what's happening is that refining process. All right, the Lord is purging us, all right, perfecting us mentally, spiritually, all right, so that we'll be capable vessels, all right, in the day of trouble. All right, we'll be those capable vessels of faith, all right, in the times to come. Lord willing, we're the elect. But I want to grab a couple of precepts here. Lord willing, this is edifying unto you elect. All right. Yes, we are facing a mental battle, and the mental battle is a daily thing. All right. That's the chiefest part of our battle, really. All right. We face a mental and spiritual battle. That's the chiefest part of our walk. That's the chiefest part of our battle, is the mental and spiritual. Yes, we have physical battles, we have physical ailments and, thorns in the side and so on and so forth. But the main brunt of our battle is mental. It's spiritual. And the scriptures speak about us going against these principalities, right? Let's get that in Ephesians 6 and verse 12. It says, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places." All right, and there's a war being waged on us on all fronts. All right, from principalities, the powers, the rulers of this world. All right, there's a war constantly being waged against us. All right, but the Lord gave us the tools. Okay, it's the important part to remember. The Lord gave us the tools to fight this battle and to win this war. All right, let's jump up. Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 10. It reads, "Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might." All right, and as this fire turns up, All right, it's one thing is helping me realize is the importance on relying on Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. As the fire turns up, our only option is to rely on Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai to quench this fire. All right, to bring us through this fire unscathed like the three holy children. Our only option is to trust in the Lord. And we see as the fire is being turned up, some men are turning to themselves. Some men are turning to other philosophies. Some men are turning to, all other manners of ways to quench this fire, which are ultimately going to come to naught. Because the true quenching is going to come from Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. It says, finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. All right, be strong in the Lord. Be strong in Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. All right, be strong in our power, Aqua, sisters. Be strong in our power. Now's the time. As this heat is being turned up, our only option, which has always been our only option and our best option, is Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. This truth. All right. These precepts. Okay, this wisdom, this faith. This is our best option. Be strong in the Lord. Put on the whole armor of the Heavenly Father, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. All right, and the wiles of the devil are turning up, man. I don't even have to say much. I shouldn't have to say much at this point. All right, All right, the wiles of the devil are ramping up. All right. Why? Because this devil's getting ready to come down with great wrath, pursuant to Revelation 12:12. Because we coming close to the end of this empire. All right, we're coming close to the end of Esau Edom's reign. All right, in the beginning of the reign and dominion of Yahweh Shai. And we know this transition is not going to be a smooth one. It's going to be a bumpy one. It's going to be a rough one, like it says in Acts the 14th chapter. Right? Let's get this. And then we're going to jump back to that Ephesians chapter 6. All right, but we must needs get this. This is Acts 14 and verse 22. It says, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must, through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of the Heavenly Father. All right, so in order for us to enter into the kingdom, we got to go through this tribulation period, which has been prophesied, all right, which has been foretold to us from the days of old. All right, and the Lord saw fit for us to awaken in these latter days to prepare ourselves. Not many have received that blessing. Not many have received the opportunity, the luxury, the blessing of preparation. But the Lord saw fit to awaken us, or to give us sound doctrine, to establish us in sound doctrine and in the faith in order to prepare ourselves. All right, like it says in Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, that he may run that readeth it. All right, run to what? Spiritual and mental preparation. All right, it says again, confirming the souls of the disciples. I want to get this word for confirming, just to see what it is. Strong's G 1991 epistarizo. And I can't play the audio because the recording will cut off. But it's Strong's G 1991 epistarizo. It says to support further, to reestablish, to strengthen, to establish besides strengthen more, to render more firm. All right. So again, it says confirming or reestablishing, rendering firm the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of the Heavenly Father. All right. So in knowing this, all right, it's entailed that we're going to go through much tribulation. All right. And a part of that tribulation, in order for us to enter into the kingdom, is mental. It's spiritual. That's the brunt of it. It's mental, it's spiritual. All right. Holding on to our faith. All right. Holding on to our crown, like it says in Revelation, the 3rd chapter, in the 10th verse, 10th and 11th verse. All right. Holding that fast to what we have, that no man take our crown. That's the brunt of our battle. And the tool that the Lord has given us to fight this battle and to win this war, all right, is what? Part of that is putting on the whole armor. So once again, this is Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 11. Put on the whole armor of the Heavenly Father, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of the Heavenly Father, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand. Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith you shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked, and take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of the Heavenly Father. All right. And this is our armament. All right. This is our battle armor. All right. That we must equip ourselves with daily. All right. And the interesting thing. All right. I'll say that the interesting thing about armor is that when you put it on, armor must be broken in. You can't just put on armor and hop into battle. It don't work like that. All right. You'll be stiff. You'll be heavy. You know, you won't know how to move. You know, your movements will be slow. They'll be uncalculated. They won't be as precise. That helmet will be, you won't know how to look. Your vision will be impaired. You won't know how to look through that helmet. The breastplate will be too heavy. You won't know how to move your arms. The shots, your feet will be too heavy. You won't move as quickly, as swiftly. The sword will be too heavy for you. You don't know how to swing it. Armor must be broken in. And each piece of the armament of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua that we just read about here in Ephesians 6 must be broken in. All right. Chiefly the shield of faith. All right. Wherewith we may be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked. All right. That shield of faith, when you go into a shield is able to attack, defend, parry. A shield is essential in the art of war. And all right. And our shield is our faith. That's the chiefest part of our armament. All right, and it says, and take the helmet of salvation. All right, what does that mean? All right, arming ourselves with a victory mentality. Arming ourselves with the like mind of Yahweh Shai. Putting off the weak nature. Like it says in 2nd Esdras, the 14th chapter, in the 14th verse. Setting our minds right, putting off the weak nature. That's a part of putting on the helmet of salvation. Being transformed by the renewing of our mind, like it says in Romans, the 12th chapter. That's a part of our armament. All right. And like it says in Hebrews, the 4th chapter, the 12th verse, all right, our sword is the word. All right, it's a two-edged sword. And these are the things that we must equip on a daily basis and exercise ourselves with on a daily basis in order to fight this battle and to win this war. All right. And another chief tool of ours, all right, is prayer. You know, the scriptures tell us to pray without ceasing in the book of Thessalonians. All right, prayer is essential. That's our lifeline. You know, when you think about what prayer is, it's our lifeline to Yahweh Shai. And as the elect sends up those prayers, you know, those sweet savors into the Heavenly Father through His only begotten Son, all right, those prayers are being answered. Those prayers are being fulfilled. You may not see a immediate response, but the Lord always works in a measure of time. And sure enough, all things work to the good of them that love Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, like it says in Romans, the 8th chapter. Just as long as we hold on to that faith, all right, and trust that the Lord, all right, will come through. But prayer is an essential part, all right, of our armament and of our you know, our spiritual repertoire. Our spiritual tool belt, man. All right, prayer. Pray. We got to stay prayed up, man. All right. Fasting. All right, that's another tool that the Lord has given us, all right, to fight these demons, you know, to fight this mental and spiritual battle. All right, because fasting helps us to connect, more with the spirit. As you put off different, lust of the flesh, whether it be, food, water, TV, the game, or sweet, whatever it is, whatever your spirit is telling you to fast from. All right, it helps us connect more with the spirit. All right, it helps us get more in tune with the spirit. All right, which is essential. It's key. All right, we must do this. Speaking to myself first and foremost. All right, now more so than ever. Reading, studying. All right, studying to show ourselves approved. All right, that's another chief part of our armament. All right, being able to fight this battle and to win this war. All right, because a part of this war is the different heresies. All right, that are going to spring up. All right, and in order to quench those heresies, in order to fight off those heresies, we must be studied up. All right, we must be spiritually, mentally, and biblically capable. All right, and one last tool, is the brotherhood. Being amongst men of understanding. Being amongst men that have the same mission as you, that have the same mindset as you. Who are able to sharpen you spiritually, who are able to sharpen your faith, who are able to pick up the slack in areas that we lack in, who are able to, help us become more well-rounded in the spirit. That's another tool that the Lord has given us to fight this battle and to win this war. All right, we must utilize these tools. All right, now more so than ever. All right, now seeing that we're approaching the end of this empire and the Lord is starting to move. All right, and the Lord is starting to test us more and more. All right, the Lord is starting to turn up that fire on each and every brother. And these tools are essential for our survival. I just want to get one more and then I'll close it out. It's Sirach or Ecclesiastes, chapter 2. In verse 1, it says, "My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation." All right, when you come to serve the Lord, you got to prepare yourself to be tried. All right, to be tested. All right, it says, "Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in the time of trouble." All right, and in this battle of ours, we got to constantly endure. Set our heart right, meaning what? Our mind. Set our minds right and constantly endure. All right, constantly endure. No matter what it is, understand that it's all going to work out. Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua is going to work it out. Has he not worked it out up until now? And the Lord going to keep coming through as long as we continue to do what the Lord requires us to do. Lord willing, will the elect. But we have to constantly endure. It says, "And make not haste in the time of trouble." All right, when these things are placed upon us, when these demons get heavier, when the fire gets turned up, we can't make haste. All right, we can't make haste to, let me get out this fire. Let me try to find a way out. Wait for that door wait for the Lord to open up the door. Wait for the Lord to open up the door. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at that last end. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. And when it says take these things cheerfully, it's easier said than done. But what it means ultimately is taking these trials, these obstacles with an understanding mindset. All right, understanding why you're going through these things. All right, why it's necessary. All right, how you're going to get out of it. How understanding, that it's of the Lord's will. And be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Believe in him, and he will help thee. Order thy way aright, and trust in him. Ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy, and go not aside lest ye fall. Ye that fear the Lord, believe him, and your reward shall not fail. Ye that fear the Lord, hope for good and for everlasting joy and mercy. Look at the generations of old and see, did any ever trust in the Lord and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? For the Lord is full of compassion and mercy, long-suffering and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins and saveth in the time of affliction. Woe be to fearful hearts and faint hands in the sinner that goeth 2 ways. Woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not, therefore shall he not be defended. Woe unto you who have lost patience, and what will ye do when the Lord shall visit you? All right, we must endure. All right, we can't lose patience. All right, we can't tap out. All right, we have to constantly endure this mental affliction, these spiritual afflictions. All right, and understand why they're coming. Understand why it's necessary. It's part of our refining process. All right, it's a part of this transition, all right, that the Lord is taking us through, all right, from this wicked kingdom into the kingdom of heaven. It's a part of what we must go through. All right, and the Lord didn't throw us, and understand the Lord didn't throw us into this battle butt naked. All right, the Lord gave us the tools necessary to not only fight this battle, but to win the war. The Lord covered us, man. He gave us the comforter. He gave us faith. He bestowed upon us faith. He bestowed upon us wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, which is going to be the stability of our times and the strength of our salvation, pursuant to Isaiah 33:6, Lord willing with the elect. We have the tools, Akim. We have them. But we must utilize them. And that being said, that's all I had to say. Lord willing, is edifying to you elect. Shalom. Stay up.